regrettably, I don't have the authority. If I had, I would have made a law that if you find people on the water bodies, shoot them. Those are not my words, but the exact words of the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Oseusu, who feels security agencies should be given the power to shoot those involved in illegal mining, adding it is the surest way to stop illegal mining. What do you make of his suggestion?
I don't think it's the best. Maybe there should be some kind of policy or something. Yeah, they should put structures in place just to ensure people don't indulge in it, not to kill people. It could bring something else.
Maybe it can be somebody innocent person.
So a lot more of the messages are on Facebook. Let's check them out.
Kwesi Ado says, sorry, but I think the MP is a little... No, you don't want to say that. Afote says, I also prefer hanging to death on political officials who don't do their job well. Nichuvi says, rubbish. I don't know. Is this deeply behind animosity? Target armed robbers, galamseys are okay, so it says target armed robbers, galamseys are petty criminals. Isaac says, I also prefer a reduction of the politician's salary by 50% so that they can think very well and perform vividly. Innocent Nutako says, please get him his piles.
I'm
or
sure
pills,
she wants
probably.
to talk about pills.
It seems the Honourable MP has probably forgotten about the part of the Constitution that talks about the right to life.
Destiny in Krabia says, well, I disagree, but if they refuse to give up galamsey and government rules and laws regarding galamsey, then I think so. And Felix says, I prefer you are fired in corruption fights. Okay.
So he prefers that the MP is fired.
And Abdurrahim says, if they kill your family like that, will you be happy? Well, his family may not be engaged in galamsey. John Dando says his preference or suggestion. Did he suggest or prefer?
So if he has his way.
Okay, yeah, so if he had his way, all right, that's what he says. Also, very soon, Ghana will join forces with its neighbor Nigeria to deal with the evolving security threat within the West Africa sub-region. That's according to the Minister of State in charge of national security, Brian Echampong, who believes policymakers and legislators in different countries can exchange ideas and learn from each other to deal with the high speed of crime. So tell me, what do you think about this deal? Good or bad?
If you talk about your own security, your next door neighbor closer to you, the very person who is closer to you to maybe you have to look at that person's security. If you go to Nigeria, you partner with Nigeria, fine, you leave the other people closer to you and you go on. What will come out of those people? If they should have a problem with you or they should have a problem, will you go back to them and bring them on board?
I think it's okay because it doesn't matter the distance. If help is near or if people want to, like, if two presidents have an idea and they think it might help both countries, and I think why not? It's a good initiative. I think they should carry it out.
She mind our own business. Nigeria have their own issues. They can't even handle that. Boko Haram there. They can't even contain that situation. You have having our own issue. Why should we bring them in to help us? We can do it on ourselves. We can do it on our own. So that's what I can say. We shouldn't do that. Why should we call in Nigeria to come and assist us to fight robbery cases? This is something the Ghana police and the Ghana military can even handle. Why are we bringing in a foreign country? So for me, I don't buy the idea of you saying that. That's all I can say about that.
And that reminds me of a video I saw of Buhari being chastised on TV for coming to say he will support Ghana's fight against corruption. Let's check out your comments on Facebook.
Papa Becca says, Israel, Barca are leading us 2 now. Don't worry. I'll be updating you. Just keep on presenting the news. Ayeka. As you always sign off, still blue. Still blue. Thank you for the update, but it's half time and we're expecting another half, another 45 minutes. Hold on, chill. Abdullah Imo says, it's good. But we have to think twice. So I think we have to consider the security situation there before, how they are battling with it. If not, we'll end up by worsening our case. Papa Beka comes back and says, looks great on paper, but nothing better will come out of it. We know them, the same black leaders. And James Abusanga says that's a good move. But why Nigeria? Because Nigeria has been battling with security problems, and there is little we can learn from them as a country.
Innocent Delagnon says, yes, this is going to pave way for West African countries to be more united and strong. I really love this. Isaac says, when that happens, let's start the arrest from Parliament. I mean, our politicians. Okay, I don't quite get what Isaac is trying to say. And Hardy says, 100% right, the humble servant. And some interesting comments there. And says, it will change nothing. Actually doesn't believe that this will bring in any change. And some interesting comments there. So finally, statistics has shown that cohabitation has increased by a whopping 900% in the past 50 years. While some studies show that living together before marriage increases a couple's chances of getting divorced early in their marriage, others have found that cohabitation can actually be beneficial in the long run. What's your take on cohabitation before marriage? Wrong or right?
It has its positive or its advantage and disadvantage. The advantage is they get to know themselves better, and before they get married, they'll get to know what each of them likes. So I think the bonding will be strong. So after they get married, the marriage can go and everything will be fine. Then the disadvantage is then getting to know themselves before getting married. Bring some form of being familiar with themselves. So I think after they get married, they think they've seen everything they need to be seen.
Oh, no.
Why?
That one, Bible says is fornication. Yes. So you have to marry her before you leave it here.
No, I don't think it's okay, because if you do that, the guy get advantage or take advantage of you. So before marriage, what you will be performing the marriage duties already. So he wouldn't be in a rush to get married to you. So I don't think it's good.
I think it's okay, because it's just about self-control, and if you come from the sexual part of it, but before you get married to someone, I think you have to know the person, and to cohabit with the person means the time for you to get to know the person, the kind of person you're about to marry.
Traditionally, it's not right to cohabitate because you tend to experience what married people do. And cohabitation goes a long way to maybe deteriorating your relationship, because you tend to experience what you already was anticipating to do. So I'm thinking that if people are supposed to cohabitate, they may not enjoy or have the real purpose of their marriages.
Hey, someone says Ayeka. Israel,
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
It's wrong. Jacob says marriage can also lead to divorce, and cohabitation can also lead to breakup. So there's nothing wrong with cohabitation as long as it leads to marriage. Sometimes cohabitation is just a way to help build each other and support each other, and avoid sleeping around or having multiple partners before being mature into marriage. Mastro says wrong, because when there's a problem, like if accidentally one person is dead, that is when the second person will know that God is love.
And Elijah Kwesi says, we live in Africa with cultures with respect to marriage. How on earth should we sell respect for women? It's better to marry and divorce than to cohabitate, which brings a lot of loss of total respect for women. Think about it. And Ruben Dodu says, cohabitate with a fancy woman. When she dies there, you will realize you realize that marriage is the best. And Billy says, I don't see anything wrong with it if it ends up in marriage. And Abdul Rahmani says, cohabitation is a vital component of a successful marriage. It is good though. And Wallace J says, it's cool because it exposes partners to a lot of things and how to deal with them. And Papa Beka Wunchi says, wrong, it doesn't guarantee successful marriage. Very interesting comments there. And so, and Isaac says, go and multiple from the Bible. So go and multiply. So let them obey the commandments of the Lord. I don't quite get you. Emmanuel Entry says, from my point of view, taking into consideration religious beliefs, I honestly think that I forgot what. Oh, Emmanuel, like seriously. Okay, Kuku says both are wrong. Elijah says absolutely wrong. And Edward Miller comes to write, test and see. So it's right. Really test and see. Okay. Dizina Eric says right. And Dogo says marriage. What that means, I seriously don't know.